Hello, hello, hello. Welcome all back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you get notified when I post or follow or send to a friend. It will help me out greatly. It does nothing but help get my platform out there. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want to see more of me, do that. So, today is the presidential debate between both major parties of the United States. And I wanted to take the time out to see what was going to be happening and what the main key points were going to be for each party, um, and what's going to be the outcome, and is who's going to really win the debate, honestly, kind of. And where are the people going to stand with the parties after the debate. So, yeah, really honestly, I just think that looking at the astrology for today, um, it has a lot of energy around. Hold on. It has a lot of energy around encompassing what is happening now with the rules of the past and how to integrate the two and merge new laws from it, right? So we can go ahead and really get started. I was waiting for more people to get in here, but that's fine. But I just want to say shout out to my patsies. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to me. I greatly appreciate it. Um, I'm very appreciative, child. I just um I'm feeling a little seldom right now, or somber, I guess you can say. Um, just feeling like a little mellow. Excuse me, because I'm tired. I really want to go to bed. But before I go to bed, I really want to get this out so that when I wake up, I can see what the inauguration is about. I can see what's going on, and we can keep pushing all of those things. Okay. So, because it's only going to be one specific day, um, it's not going to be that much about, but this isn't going to be a long episode. Okay. So, let's add. So, if you can see, hopefully you can. Put in the chat if you cannot see this. But currently, this is the astrological map for September 10th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Um, as you can see, uh, there's a lot of sharp arguments happening, especially with that Mercury in Virgo opposing or squaring that Uranus in Taurus, which could mean like unique type of offenses when it comes to social culture, like maybe Kamala's past could come back to haunt her, I guess, or they could try and make it come back to haunt her. They're gonna bring up a lot of old, uh, like they could try to say, well, you had a case a few years ago where you decided against this, and now you're for it, but your whole campaign is about not changing and making sure everything is steady and I'm giving y'all what y'all asked for, basically. So it could be some type of conflict with that, and she might slip up and say something along the lines that I'm trying to bring in change, But her whole campaign has really been about trying to keep things, you know, the same, or like produce the same things that she said that she was going to do before she got into office, basically, right? So let's go ahead and get started. The For starters, we're going to go ahead and start with Jupiter, not Jupiter, uh, the Sun in Virgo opposing Saturn in Pisces. As you can see, that could be some type of um, like a bunch of illusions hitting the internet at a certain time, a bunch of memes happening. Uh, it could be asking for emotional discipline or something along the lines of trying to be the mature one in a situation. So it could be even someone being immature and then somebody being mature. It could be some people are trying to, like, people. I see a lot of deflecting going on with that Saturn and Pisces. It could be a lot that talks about the borders, what people are going to do with the borders, and for some people that might be a main focal point, but for another party, you know, I don't know why I said the moon is. The moon is in Sagittarius here. Anyway, with the moon being in Sagittarius and it's opposing, well, it seems like to me the main focus for this Venus in Libra is trying to be structured, trying to get to the bigger goal, trying to think of the bigger plan. Like, people are going to be trying to play it safe and playing it for the long run and not. I'm just thinking that one. So it could be something along the lines where they're more so talking about bigger plans, trying to make a change, uh, like having, like, talking, like making, saying, living. What is it when you have all of these high expectations but you can't live up to them? Basically, that's the energy that is giving me. Like, oh, I can do this, I can do that. I have this ability, I have that ability. I can do this, I can do that. And then in reality, it's like people are falling short to what it is that they're saying that is going on. So we also see that the sun is in Virgo at, I believe, hold on. The sun is in Virgo at 18 degrees. 18 degrees can mean endings, transformations almost at that finish line. It's also squaring the moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is rule the number like nine, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, because it's about endings. I was about to say patience and past life situations, if I'm not mistaken. That could be six. I'm not sure. But it's saying that some type of illusions on could be coming from both parties, especially with that Saturn and Neptune in retrograde squaring the Jupiter and Gemini. It could be some type of like illusions, like people are deflecting. I could see, or it could also be, but you can definitely see there's a split, a broad demographical split. I don't think that's the word, but a broad demographic of a split. Like, you can see right in the astrology that it's going to be some type of like you're gonna vividly see what each party is fighting for. Like, it's going to be very blatant. Like, it's not gonna be, oh, well, we're kind of fighting for the whites, we're kind of fighting for the blacks. No, they're literally like, they're gonna peep it, they're gonna put it and peep it like, oh, we're doing it for the mass majority. We're doing it for America. We're doing it to bring America into unison again, or whatever the case may be. But in reality, it's going to be they're going to be talking about a specific demographic of people, and that specific demographic of people could be people like frontline workers. That specific demographic of people could be healthcare providers, healthcare workers. That what and one of the and Donald Trump's were the black people jobs, black collar, blue collar jobs and white collar jobs and all of those type of jobs and things of that nature. So you have to be on the lookout for people trying to deflect. You have to look out for people trying to, especially in regards to healthcare, because the sun is in Virgo, so it's going to be heavily talking about the health of the climate of America, and it's going to be focusing on the things that are hindering unison, and the things that are hindering us to be able to go into other countries and to be able to barter with them and to trade with them more effectively without there being issues. And I think that might be talked about, even that might be talked about too. But you also got to think about um, right now the United States kind of looks like a joke. No shade. Um, like it's a lot of illusions around the United States, a lot of illusions around what's going on, especially with that assassination attempt. A lot of people are not taking the United States seriously. I am not recording, my bad. But yeah, it's giving very much like you have to be on the lookout of people trying to like change the subject to something else that they're fighting for. That's the energy that is giving. It's not they're necessarily deflecting to the other person. It's more so that they're going to deflect to another topic that they think is more important, or that they think that they have said in their presidential run or presidential campaign, that this is something that I've stated, this is something that I believe, and this is what I'm still fighting for. So I do see people talking over each other, a lot of conflicts with communication, like I said, but it seems like people are going to go a lot with their instincts. It's not going to be it's going to be child's play, is what I'm getting. It's going to be with Mercury and Virgo, and this with is that 2 degrees? Mercury and Virgo and 2 degrees, right? So it's in retrograde right now, right? So they're having a presidential debate in Mercury retrograde, with all of the other signs are retrograding. So it actually is a good time for them to come together and be like, well, what is it that we need to revise in this society to make it more sustainable, and have a substantial growth when it comes to being out of financial debt, being out of um, issues. Like a lot of that might be talked about. A lot of those things, Mars is in Cancer, so it could also depict that they could say something about how are you going to depict, or how are you going to solve the wars over in the other third world countries, or fourth world. Well, no country is fourth world currently. Second world and third world countries that is currently happening. How are we as a third to a fourth world country going to fix the problems not only within our borders but outside of our borders, right? And then with is that the South Node also is dealing with the Mars and Cancer right now, and is you feel that the tension of competition is high. You can feel that the competition of you can feel that the gloves are off in a sense. People are trying to find and be that leader and be that one that people really tend to. But then you got to think about when people don't get what they want, when things don't go their way, when they can't say the things that they want to say, when they can't get their point across, people become crybabies. People become people that people become more in tune with being in lower vibrations and not actually trying to become mature and deal with certain issues. So, and so another thing that I wanted to talk about was the oh yeah, back to Mars. With Mars being in the 7 degrees, I think Venus, if I'm not mistaken, Venus or planet or Libra rules the number seven. If I'm not 100% sure. But I think Venus rules the number seven. Planet Venus rules the number seven. And what that is saying to me is that it could be like you said, talking about the social culture, the social construct, social diplomacy. How are we going to implement some of these laws that have been going on? How are we going to change the trajectory of the downfall of the United States? How are we going to, and it's going to go back to the United States basically putting all of their burdens on a black woman. That's the best way I can explain it. They're going to try like I'll put all of this problem in there. It's like when you this is going to be another prediction for another time, but just be on the lookout of them trying to portray Kamala as like, I'm a strong black woman and I can take care of this because of my lineage and what I'm capable of and my spreadsheet and what I can do. So be a little bit more be in tune for that. But I do think that with Donald, it gives me not even gibberish, but something more so that you have to sit back and think about what this person is saying, because a lot of times this person honestly, this person might even start complimenting Kamala. Like he might say a compliment to her, or he might say something that makes her feel uncomfortable, or makes it like where he doesn't even take her as a candidate. He takes her as a woman and somebody that is not capable of being in the office. But it to me seems like this is where he think this is his time to shine. Like he's going to say whatever he feels, whatever comes out of his mouth. Not necessarily don't believe it, but like 75% of it is going to be based around illusions that he may have said in the past, but it's just now bringing it back up. Right when I want to turn it back up and want to go, child. So yeah, that's pretty much all that is going to be focusing on, right? For the other than Jupiter opposing the Sagittarius moon, so it's like somebody doesn't want somebody in this situation doesn't want to change some presidential debate, like they want to go back to the way things were. They don't want things to evolve. They don't want to see the bigger picture. They don't want to see change. They want to actually create a karmic cycle of karma of what should and what it should not be in the United States. And you're going to see the complete divide of past to present and present to future. It's going to be a very vivid difference in where the people stand. It's going to be okay, well, how do you feel about I'm thinking GMOs, or like the pricing of food right now. And I can hear somebody say, oh, especially with the unique with Uranus and Taurus, that could be a topic of discussion, and it could be affecting a mass of people. But what it's saying is subconsciously people are worried about that. Like, we can't buy food right now, we can't buy gas, we can't, you know, fixate on the necessities right now because of how hard it is to survive, basically. And so it could be saying, um it could be like people a conversation about that, or something along the lines of, how are we going to fix this food epidemic, this homeless epidemic, this housing crisis. But I believe one of the main things that Miss Harris, President, well, not President, Vice President Harris said, was that she was going to give first time homeowners $25,000 and other resources to buy the house, to make sure that we build the housing uh, market back up. But with the way things are looking right now, we could, I'm not gonna predict this just based off of this specific chart, but we could see a unique situation with the housing structure, because Uranus is in retrograde and Taurus is about structure, solid foundations, comfortability. It could mean your comfort place, your comfort home. And because it's in the first house, that's what it mainly could be focused on. It could be focused on the things that make us feel comfortable, things that make us feel like we are in unison with our bodies, self care, self love. It could be heavily wrapped around healthcare and how they're going to implement certain types of, you know, because I do believe Trump ended up saying something about taking an IVF and giving it free for all people who want to have children or something like that. Not 100% sure, but because I try not to follow or like stay fixated on politics, but I do, dibble and dabble and see what's going on. Yes, so with the Uranus and Taurus, it could be breakthroughs and disruptions in areas related to stability, money, and material resources. Because it is in the first house, it brings an eccentric or revolutionary personality. So it's going to, whatever is going to be talked about in this situation, they're going to say it's going to change the trajectory of the United States. It's going to be revolutionary. It's going to be something that makes people want to actually not fight but go out and vote, right? um and then with Neptune and Pisces, it could mean enhancing your intuition, following your heart, following your instincts. It could also bring imagination, but it's also in retrograde, and it's in 27 to 28 degrees, so that also indicates Capricorn and Sagittarian energy. So being on top, being number one, being the best, being the leader. It's a lot of energy of conflict and being on top. Um, in the ninth house, this can relate to an idolized view, prophecy, or philosophy or religion. In the eighth house, it may bring mystical experiences related to transformation, shared resources, or intimacy. So I believe it, yeah, I think it was talking about the. Wait, what was it talking about? I think it was talking about. It was on the Pisces. But what I will say about this is that just keep your. I'm really fixated on that moon in Sagittarius. Like, I feel like some stuff is going to be uncovered right after this inauguration. It's going to be something that is not catastrophic, but like I'm hearing or seeing emails being like going back and forth, or something along those lines. Um, or like not even emails, but tweets. That's what it is. Tweets going back and forth, or like people bringing up tweets from the past and what's going on with that. I also see some type of because I think Pisces rules social media or social fame. So just be on the lookout for that. Anything else that I have that I've seen, we have a lot of venues right now. So be on the lookout for trying to bring diplomacy and balance and trying to see both perspectives and not just one perspective. So make sure you listen to both perspectives and take at your own discernment between the two. Because I'm not telling you who to go vote for. I'm just telling you go out and vote, child. So I think that is all. I mean, I don't think there's anything else. But what I will say is, child is going to be interesting. I'm going to be on the lookout. I'm going to be watching, child. Um, and just this is just the first presidential debate, right? You still have the one. I think it's another one in October, and it's another one in November. So I'm just seeing what this is and what's going on. If you would like to see more of what I got going on, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification, share, follow, all of those things. I would greatly appreciate it. Um, if you would like to, if you would like to help the girl out, I do have a link tree. You can um, follow me up there. You can follow me on all my other streaming platforms. And yes, just keep an open ear and an open mind to this debate, and stay focused on what's going on other than just that. Because a lot of times these debates and stuff are to knock us off what has been going on throughout the week, and then what is to come for the rest of the week. So just be tuned into that and take everything with a grain of salt and write down the things that you want to see in a president, and see what they have to say and see if which one has the most on your list. I love you guys so much, Patsc's. I really have to go. I do love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And yes, you guys. Bye.